It's time for top three could play higher. These are the three players that we think could play a higher standard than League Two without being disrespectful to those who can't. First up, Ruben Reed. Ruben Reed, the Plymouth winger. He's had a very good season, and many say he could play League One, maybe even further. Would you agree with that, Adam?
I think he's had a taste of sort of being at West Brom, and he's just kind of fallen through the ranks as he's gone down. But just sometimes you need to find your feet somewhere. And, you know, he seemed to be enjoying his football down at Plymouth. And the key thing is he's scoring goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that always gets the attention of a lot of clubs. Sometimes in League Two, you might not touch the ball for 4 or 5 minutes and you get frustrated. But I think Ruben, he is a real prospect. And it's just sometimes you need to come back and sort of lose something and you kind of realise what it actually was. And now he's going to make the step up. But I think he can do it.
Second up, we've got Joe OToole. Brilliant name, Joe OToole. He played for Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
You're aware of this man, aren't you?
Yeah. I was with him last year.
Yeah.
I think the word is unique. He's very unique.
On and off the pitch?
Yeah.
Off the pitch you alluding
off the pitch,
to?
Yeah. I mean, he probably washes his hair once a year. He's got long hair. But he's just one of these players that, you don't know, he turns up to training and you wouldn't even realise he was there sometimes. Yeah. He's very, very quiet, keeps himself to himself. I remember playing against him in the Championship when he was at Watford under A.D. Boothroyd, and he was flying with goals on the team that actually ended up going into the Premiership.
His commitment's been questioned.
Yeah, I'd just say, is that my next point? I think sometimes his attitude is always questioned. Are you really on the boat to try and get us out of trouble, or are you not? And just, I think sometimes when the tough, going gets tough a little bit, he tends to go in his shell and tends to look around at other people. But take nothing away, he's scored a lot of goals. And if you give him that free role and you don't give him too much to do going back towards goal, he's a great player. But when you're asking defensive duties of him, he doesn't really sort of want to do it, which you have to do in the modern game.
Questions of his cleanliness as well. Luke James at Hartlepool, scoring goals for that Hartlepool side, who aren't doing too well, but a very good player, nevertheless.
Yeah, youngster. I think he's been at the club since he's been 11. So you kind of learn your training. Like I grew up through the Brighton ranks, and you kind of feel comfortable that because you're a youngster, fans tend to give you a little bit of leeway. Sure. But take nothing away, he's a finisher.
Yeah, indeed. Do tweet us with your top three who could play higher at Ball Street.